The 12th June is the International Designated World Day Against Child Labor. Globally, every year, stakeholders hold a multitude of events all aiming and calling for commitment and sustainable action to address the child labor problem. The focus of the 2016 World Day Against Child Labor is on child labor and supply chains. Supply chains are the sequence of activities and processes involved in the production and distribution of a product. With globalization, supply chains have become increasingly complex, involving workers, small producers and enterprises around the world. While most child labor occurs in production for domestic markets, children can also be found working in the production of goods and services for export. The theme for this year is End Child Labor in Supply Chains. It is everyone's business. In Uganda, the main celebrations for 2016 were held on 30th June in Bugiri district in the eastern region of Uganda. The event started with a march procession by primary and secondary school children, representatives of civil society organization led by Bantwana World Education through the Adolescent Youth Empowerment and Development Initiative Ayedi Project, Uganda Women's Effort to Save Orphans UWESO, Bugiri District Local Government, Employers and Workers Union, in particular the Ugandan National Teachers Union, UNATU. This is Hindocha Primary School, the venue for the celebrations commemorating the World Day Against Child Labor 2016. Child participation in this event was given priority to ensure that children get to know more about the significance of this day, as well as participate in sensitizing community members that graced this occasion. Entertainment comprising of music, dance and drama was center of focus, and most importantly, the integrated messages calling for child protection and elimination of child labor.
The greatest cost of child employment in this district is poverty. You find parents and different stakeholders use their children as part of labor to supplement the household income. There is high level of lack of awareness, especially among the community down there. People are producing so many children. The rate of producing children is very high in this part of the country. It's mainly because of marrying many wives. That is one of the reasons why this practice is very common here. And people are not aware that it is illegal to employ children. They are not aware.
Uganda yoche yakola yafuuka member country mu kitongole kya International Labour Organization ekiri e Geneva. Bwe mala ofuuka member organization erina amateeka agakugira abaana okola emirimu emibi. Erisooka lirimu isemateeka wa Uganda nkani Constitution of Uganda 1995. 38 eyogera ku minimum employment age. Then 82 eyogera kuziiza abaana okola emirimu gye batasaanire kukola.
Bantwana World Education through the Adolescent Youth Empowerment and Development Initiative Ayedi project hosted this year's World Day Against Child Labour main commemoration event.
I want to congratulate all of us for having successfully reached on this day, the day when we campaign to end child labor in supply chains. World Education as an organization supports programs that aim at eliminating child labor by supporting orphans and vulnerable children through education, through livelihood, through health services and other support.
The tripartite partners represented by Bugiri District Local Government, employers and workers' unions made presentations calling for action to stop child labour in line with the theme for this year, End Child Labour in Supply Chains. It is everyone's business.
I want to assure you that we have already made a statement, a press statement, which we want to strongly embrace. If we can make a spot checkout and we go to some of our families, you might find some of us sitting here having those children at home as our workers, which is very disappointing. Abana tuwa omukisa bave mu masomero ebitongole birebidde ng'abantu ana World Vision tukole twala nabyo tubaleke nti tukuza abaana baife nga balikola bulungi ng'era bali kusoma tubagire bamalize emisomo gyabwe bafuuka abantu abali productive mu eggwanga lino erya Uganda.
As workers, we are calling upon ourselves to ensure that children are free from child labor. As a teachers' union, children are one major stakeholder, and we are doing so much of the advocacy to ensure that all children of school-going age are in school. Our children who are present here, we appreciate your message that you have been giving to us. Know your role and ensure that all your parents and guardians are putting you in school. We thank all the stakeholders present to ensure that this day has come to pass, to ensure that all our children are going into school, and to play all your role as parents.
Federation Uganda Employers is a special fraternity of employers in Uganda which strives to promote best human resource practices and ensuring compliance with the labor laws among its core responsibilities. These include, though not limited, to elimination of child labor at workplaces and by extension outside the workplaces. We have been involved in the fight against child labor since 1999 with support from International Labour Organization. The Federation strongly believes that education is a powerful tool that can be used to eliminate child labor in all its forms in order to preserve the future labor force for this country.
The respective stakeholders that supported the commemoration of this year's World Day Against Child Labour, that included Bantwana World Education through the Adolescent Youth Empowerment and Development Initiative Ayedi project, Uganda Women's Effort to Save Orphans Wdacl, Bugiri District Local Government, Employers and Workers Union, in particular the Uganda National Teachers Union UNATU, presented a press statement to the media providing highlights about the situation of child labor in Bugiri district as well as action to stop child labor.
Child labor denies girls and boys their rights to be safe from harm, to quality education and vocational training, and to pray and rest. Freedom from child labor is fundamental human right, and alongside the other fundamental principles and rights at work, in particular freedom of association and the right to collective bargaining, it's indispensable from the achievement of decent work for all. Child labor is a social problem worldwide, and the agriculture sector comprises the largest percentage of child laborers. And as we know in this district, we have agriculture as a dominant sector.
We have good laws, but implementation is our problem. So we must strike. We must go into these hotels, we must go into these mining centers and get the culprits and bring them to book. Because most of them, they have money, but they want to exploit the children labor. Because children are paid very, very little. They don't even they don't complain for the little that they are paid. So you find that they are employed at different levels. So we need to come together, the technical wing. We want to make sure that we put in measures to ensure that the members of the communities are sensitized, resources are identified.
The caregivers are supported to start village savings and loan associations, while the youth are being trained in business entrepreneurship and management skills. And so we believe that once the families have alternative source of income, they are not going to force children into child labor. Because in most cases we have discovered it's the family that forces these children to go. So once you support this family with a source of income, then they will not be able to engage the child. So we sensitize them, we bring them on board. But we also work with the community development officers at sub-county level. And at village level, we work with the community child labor committees to be able to identify the children that are engaged. We sensitize them, we withdraw them, we support them to go back to school. So we hope through those means, we are going to work together to be able to eliminate child labor.
The provision of incentives for farmers and agricultural workers who actively monitor and comply with child labor policies, and supporting community initiatives and programs to address and combat child labor. Ensuring that young workers are trained in occupational safety and health and apprenticeship.
We are calling upon the district local governments and the local council trees to enact bylaws and at district level ordinances, because we have seen this work elsewhere. Like for example, in Mbale they have weekly markets, but when they put in a bylaw at the sub-county level that no child should go to a market, parents could be fined 20,000 in case they go to a child in the market on that particular day, and it was able to work out. So sometimes parents force their children into child labor knowingly. So it is very important that we enact the laws, and once we enact the laws, we support their implementation. So we call upon the local leaders, wherever you are, to ensure that you protect children, because we know these are the futures of tomorrow. If we don't support them now, then we are killing their future.
And so, as a district, we would like to pledge total commitment to interventions that government has put in place to raise household income as one of the most powerful ways by which we can tackle the issue of child employment.
The function was graced by authorities and advocates for children's rights and protection. A selected child representative was nominated to be the guest of honor that officiated at this important event.
Ladies and gentlemen, I take this opportunity to welcome Honorable Baziva, Chairman, LC5. Allow me hand over this speech.
Oh, Wdacl. Yes. Those of you who have attended this function, please take the message that you have heard here seriously and let us work together to ensure that what we have agreed, what we have seen here is totally eradicated and we have a Bugiri child labor-free district. I thank you.
The event was finalized with game competition among youth beneficiaries of the Bantwana World Education, supported through Adolescent Youth Empowerment and Development Initiative, AYEDI project.
Congratulate our colleagues from Iganga for putting up a very, very serious fight. But in every game, there must be a winner. There must be number one. So we have number one winner and we have number two winner.
No, actually, I am not my that is the money No, actually, I am not my that is the money No, actually, I am not my that is the money